Have you ever felt like you're trying, but not moving forward? Like no matter how hard you work, your life stays the same? Welcome, everyone. Wherever you are right now, maybe tired, maybe thinking about your future, maybe unsure about what comes next, I want to share something simple with you. Your life can change faster than you think, not because of luck, not because of talent, but because of one decision: to learn a new skill. Because in today's world, skills are power. They give you options. They give you confidence. They give you a way out of limitation. And sometimes, one skill is all it takes to change your direction. So, stay with me. This is not just about learning. This is about becoming someone new. Part 1. Why skills matter more than ever. The world you are living in today is not the same as before. In the past, people could rely on stability. You study once, you get a job, you stay there for years. But today, everything is changing. Jobs are evolving, technology is growing, new opportunities appear, while old ones disappear. And in this kind of world, one thing becomes more important than anything else: your ability to learn new skills. Not what you know now, but how fast you can adapt. 1. The real difference between people. Let's imagine two people. They start at the same point, same education, same background. But one person keeps learning. They improve their communication. They learn digital tools. They develop new ways of thinking. The other person that stays the same. After a few years, the difference becomes clear. One grows, one stays stuck. Not because of talent, but because of learning. 2 skills are the new security. Many people think a job is security, but that's no longer true. Jobs can change, companies can close, industries can shift. But skills, they stay with you. They move with you. They support you. Wherever you go, that is real security. 3 skills shape who you are. Learning a skill is not just about work. It changes how you think. When you learn, you become more aware, more flexible, more confident. You stop saying, "I can't," and you start saying, "I can learn." And that shift is powerful. 4. A simple truth. In today's world, the people who succeed are not always the smartest. They are the ones who keep learning. Again and again, even when it's hard, even when it's slow. So let me ask you, are you waiting for things to change? Or are you willing to change yourself? Because one skill can change everything. Part 2. How learning new skills changes your mindset. Before any real change happens in your life, it happens in your mind. Because the biggest barrier to learning is not time, not resources. It is the way you think. 1. The voice that holds you back. Most people have a quiet voice inside their head. It says things like, "I'm not good at this. This is too difficult. I'll probably fail." And that voice feels real. So instead of trying, they stop before they even begin. 2. The shift from fixed to growth. But something powerful happens when you decide to learn anyway. Even when you feel unsure, even when you feel uncomfortable, you take a small step, you try, and at first, it feels slow. You don't understand everything. You make mistakes. You feel awkward. But that's exactly where change begins. Because every time you continue, you send a message to your brain. I can improve. I can learn. I am not stuck. 3. The power of yet. There is one small word that can change everything, yet. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I can't do this, yet. That one word opens the door to progress. It turns a limit into a process. 4. Confidence comes after action. Many people wait to feel confident before they start. But confidence doesn't come first. It comes after action. When you try something new, even if it's small, you create a result. That result creates belief, and that belief gives you the courage to continue. This creates a cycle. Try, improve, believe, try again. Over time, this becomes your new normal. 5. Getting comfortable with being a beginner. Let's be honest. Nobody likes feeling bad at something. Nobody likes making mistakes. But every skill begins there. Every expert you see today was once a beginner. The difference is simple. They didn't stop. They allowed themselves to be bad until they became better. 6. Your brain is built to adapt. Your brain is not fixed. It is designed to change. Every time you practice, you create new connections. At first, things feel difficult. Then they feel manageable. And eventually, natural. What feels impossible today can become easy tomorrow if you continue. 7. You are not the same person anymore. As you learn, something deeper changes. You stop seeing yourself as someone who can't. You start seeing yourself as someone who is growing, and that identity shift is powerful. Because once you believe you can grow, you stop fearing challenges. You start choosing them. So take a moment and think, what have you been avoiding? Not because you can't learn it, but because you're afraid to start? Maybe now you see it differently. Part 3. How new skills change your opportunities and income. Let's talk about something real. Opportunities, not dreams, not motivation, but real chances that can change your life. A better job, a higher income, a new direction. Many people think opportunities come from luck, but most of the time, they come from skills. 1. Skills make you visible. Imagine you are in a room full of people. Everyone is looking for someone who can solve a problem. Now ask yourself, who gets noticed? The person who can communicate clearly. The person who understands tools. The person who can actually do the work. Not because they are more special, but because they are more useful. Skills make you visible. They make people say, I need this person. And when people start noticing you, opportunities start coming to you. 2. Skills. Increase your value. Here is a simple rule. You are paid based on the value you create, not how busy you are, not how long you work, but how useful your skills are. If you can solve bigger problems, or solve problems faster, you become more valuable. And when your value increases, your income follows. 3. One skill can multiply your income. You don't need 10 new skills. Sometimes, just one is enough. For example, learning English can connect you to global opportunities. Learning communication can help you get better roles. Learning a digital skill can open remote work. These are not small changes. They are life-changing skills. 4. The hidden advantage, skill stacking. Here is something powerful. You don't need to be the best at one thing. You need to be good at several things. For example, if you can speak English and create simple content and understand basic marketing, you become rare because the combination is valuable. This is called skill stacking, and it's one of the fastest ways to grow. 5. A career is no longer fixed. In the past, people followed one path. Today, that is changing. People switch careers, they adapt, they build new directions. And they don't start from zero. They build on their existing skills. They add new ones. And over time, they become someone completely different. 6. From limited options to freedom. Without new skills, your options are limited. You depend on one job, one path, one source of income. But with skills, you create choices. You can move. You can adapt. You can grow in different directions. And that is freedom. 7. Your future is flexible. Many people think their life is already decided, but that's not true. Every new skill you learn changes your direction, opens new doors, creates new possibilities. So let me ask you, if one skill can open one door, and one door can change your life, what is stopping you from learning it? Part 4. Why most people fail to learn new skills. Let's be honest. Most people don't fail because they are not capable. They fail because they stop too early. Not all at once, but little by little. One excuse, one delay, one moment of doubt, and then they quit. 1. Waiting for motivation. A common mistake is this: waiting to feel ready. I'll start when I have more energy. I need motivation first. But motivation is unstable. Some days you feel strong, some days you don't. If you depend on motivation, you will stop often. 2. The real key: consistency. What actually works is simple. Consistency. Not perfect effort, not long hours, just showing up. Regularly, even 15 to 20 minutes a day. Because small effort, repeated daily, becomes real progress. 3. The fear of slow results. Another reason people quit: they don't see results fast enough. They expect quick improvement. But learning doesn't work like that. At first, progress is invisible. You are improving, but you can't see it yet. Then one day, it becomes clear. 4. Comparing yourself to others. This is a trap. You start learning something. Then you see someone better, and you think, I'm too far behind. But you are comparing your beginning to someone else's experience. That comparison is unfair and unnecessary. 5. Too much learning, not enough doing. Many people consume information all the time: videos, courses, advice. But they don't practice. They feel busy, but they are not improving. Because real learning comes from action. You don't learn by watching. You learn by doing. 6. The perfect time problem. Some people wait for the perfect moment. More time, better conditions, more confidence. But that moment rarely comes, and they stay stuck. Instead, start where you are, with what you have. 7. A better approach. If you want to succeed, keep it simple. Start small. Practice daily. Accept slow progress. Focus on action. Ignore comparison. That's it. 8. A new way to see failure. Failure is not the end. It is feedback. It shows you what to improve. Every mistake is part of the process. So instead of asking, What if I fail? Ask, what can I learn? Take a moment and think. Where did you stop before? Not because you couldn't continue, but because it felt slow or difficult. Maybe this time, you don't stop. Part 5. A simple system to learn any skill. Let's make this practical. You don't need a complicated plan to learn a new skill. You need a simple system that you can follow every day. Step 1. Be specific. Most people start too vaguely. I want to learn English. I want to learn a new skill. That's not clear enough. Instead, define a small, specific action. Practice speaking for 15 minutes. Learn 10 new words and use them. Clarity creates direction. Step 2. Break it down. Every skill looks difficult at first because you see it as one big thing. But every skill is made of smaller parts. Speaking, not vocabulary, plus pronunciation, plus confidence. Content creation, what idea, plus structure, plus delivery. Focus on one small part at a time. This makes learning easier and less overwhelming. Step 3. Learn and use immediately. Don't just understand. Use it. If you learn something today, apply it today. Speak, write, practice. Because if you don't use it, you will forget it. Step 4. Stay consistent. This is the most important step. You don't need long hours. You need repetition. 15-20 minutes every day is enough. Consistency builds memory. Consistency builds habit. Step 5. Create a routine. Make learning automatic. For example, morning, review, evening, practice. Simple, repeatable. When it becomes a habit, you don't need motivation anymore. Step 6. Track progress. Sometimes you feel like you're not improving, but you are. You just don't see it. So track your work, write it down, record your practice. After a few weeks, you will see the difference. Step 7. Accept imperfection. Don't wait to be good. Start while you're still bad. Make mistakes. Learn from them. Continue, because progress comes from doing, not from waiting. 8. One final reminder. You don't need to learn everything. Focus on one skill. Build it. Then move forward. So ask yourself, what is one small action you can take today? Not tomorrow. Today. Part 6. How learning new skills changes who you are. Let's slow down for a moment. Because this is not just about success. It's about transformation. 1. From doubt to belief. At the beginning, there is always doubt. Can I really do this? What if I fail? That feeling is normal. But when you keep going, even slowly, something changes. You complete a small task. You understand something new, and you realize, I can do this. That moment is powerful because it replaces doubt with belief. 2. Confidence that grows quietly. Confidence doesn't come all at once. It grows from small wins. Every time you practice, every time you improve, you build trust in yourself. Not loud confidence, but a quiet, steady confidence. The kind that changes how you think and act. 3. A new relationship with failure. Before, failure feels negative, something to avoid. But when you learn consistently, you start seeing it differently. Mistakes become part of the process. You stop fearing them. You start learning from them, and that makes you stronger. 4. Discipline becomes natural. At first, learning feels like effort. You have to push yourself, but over time, it becomes part of your life. You don't ask, should I practice today? You just do it, because now you are someone who improves daily. 5. Your environment begins to change. As you grow, your environment changes too. You think differently, you speak differently, and because of that, you connect with different people. People who are learning, people who are growing, and that pushes you even further. 6. From following to creating. Without skills, you follow. You react to life. But with skills, you create, you build, you improve, you take control. You start asking, what can I do with this? What can I create next? And that is where real growth begins. 7. You respect yourself more. At the end of this journey, there is something even more important than success: self-respect. You know you didn't stay the same. You didn't give up. You kept going. And that feeling is powerful. Take a moment and think, if you continue learning for the next year, who will you become? Part 7. The one decision that changes everything. After everything we've talked about, it comes down to one thing: a decision. Not a big plan, not a perfect strategy, just a decision. Will you start or will you wait? 1. The hidden cost of waiting. Waiting feels safe. I'll start later. I need more time. But every day you wait, nothing changes. You stay in the same place, with the same skills, the same options, and slowly, time passes. 2. Start small. Start now. You don't need to be ready. You just need to begin. One small step, one short practice, one simple action. Because starting creates momentum, and momentum keeps you going. 3. You already have enough. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need more information. You already have enough to start. What you need is a decision. 4. One skill can change direction. You don't need to change your whole life. Just focus on one skill. Build it. And that one skill can open one opportunity. That opportunity can change everything. 5. Your future depends on today. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, more confident, more capable. That version of you is built by what you do today. Every small action matters. 6. A promise to yourself. Before we end this part, make a simple promise. I will start. I will continue. Not perfectly, but consistently. 7. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because your life doesn't change when you think about it. It changes when you act. Take a breath and ask yourself, what is the first step I will take today? So here we are, at the end of this video. But maybe, for you, this is just the beginning. Nothing around you has changed yet. You are still in the same place. But something inside you might be different. A new thought, a small decision, a quiet motivation to start. Because now you understand. You don't need to change everything. You just need to begin. One skill, one step, one day at a time. And maybe today feels small. But over time, small steps become real progress. Weeks from now, you improve. Months from now, you grow. And one day, you realize you are not the same person anymore. That's how change happens. Quietly, slowly, but powerfully. So remember this, your future is not something you wait for. It is something you build, skill by skill, day by day. And if this message helped you, if it made you think even a little differently, then maybe this is a journey we can continue together. There will be more videos like this, simple, practical, designed to help you grow step by step. So if you're ready to keep learning, consider subscribing to the channel, not for me, but for the person you are becoming. And until next time, take that first step, even if it's small, because small steps create big change.